Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. So I get a call from the Wall Street Journal. Apparently, there was a Russian news organization that took some information off of my little tiny website. I'm just so proud of my little baby. And they did a story. They took a piece of what I wrote, and we did a story about me. And the Wall Street Journal says, Kevin, do you know that the Russians are, monitoring your website? I'm like, really? First of all, I'm flat. Thank you, Vladimir. Hello, Mr. Putin. It is good to talk to you on my radio show. Glad you all could be here. Vodka for everybody. Okay. So Putin or somebody in the Russia is monitoring my stuff. It was something on Charlottesville. And I mentioned that, it's whites, it's Democrats who are the racists that are marching in Charlottesville. And we're in the midst of a civil war. Same thing I've been saying to you guys. The Russians are monitoring me. So they said to me, did you know this? And I said, no, they've never called me for an interview or anything like that. And so then they said, well, do you care? And I said, of course not. I don't care. And so the girl, she was a good interview. She's like, Kevin, good talking to you, because it seems like from everything that I've read about you that you're just about the truth. You may have a political leaning, but you seem to be she says, I don't get any ideas that you're sensationalizing. This is really how you feel. I said, wow, what? I said, you are so right. That is exactly what I'm about. And so she said to me, and so she was telling me, did I mind about the Russians? And I said, let me tell you a story. And I think I've told you guys this story. Share with you something. When I first started writing, I was probably 2-3 years into writing what was then called a blog. And people were getting popular, and I'm doing exactly what I do today, just more eloquently today now, but I was doing exactly the same stuff. So I'm hammering the left, and I get this guy, I want to say his name was Jay. And man, he was one of the wittiest commenters on my site. I swear, this guy, I would go back to read my articles to read Jay's ripping people left and right, ripping these leftists that were coming into the site, almost like he was my alter ego, just blasting these guys. It wasn't an alter ego because he was right there with me. We were ideologically linked. And so he's blasting these leftists. And this went on for better part of a year. I mean, we would write each other like on through the comments. I'd go like, Jay, dude, you blasted that dude. He's like, yeah, got him, didn't I? So we never connected otherwise, but that was how we would do. So this went on about a year. And I Mutual Admiration Society, a guy'd say something like, oh, Kev, dude, bang, So anyway, a black dude writes to me one day and says, yeah, man, you all buddy with some, Aryan Nation dude. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, you don't even know. This guy, Jay, is a member of Stormfront and blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? So I go over to the website and I find this guy, Jay, Stormfront. I find Jay. So they're probably like, this black dude's over looking at Stormfront. We're converting him. So I go look and I find Jay, and Jay is taking some of the things that I say. And then when he gets on Stormfront, he's not speaking to me with respect. He's calling me the N-word, but he's saying, y'all aren't going to believe this dude. I'm going to use dude for the N-word, but y'all aren't going to believe this dude. Man, he's over there ripping these guys to shreds. Y'all got to check this dude, this, whatever. So I was like kind of taken aback for just a minute, but I didn't say anything. Jay still commented. I just pretended I did. I'm not going to say I didn't do anything. Here's what I did. I remember writing in a comment somewhere, yeah, I hear that there are Aryan Nation people that may be coming to my site thinking that, I'm like, whatever. I think, what was the guy that Dave Chappelle did? Anyway, the black dude that ran the Klan. And I go, look, I think anybody that believes that one race is better than another is nothing but a bunch of knuckle-dragging Neanderthals who can kiss my black behind, blah, blah, blah. So I wrote this scathing thing that was really pointed at Jay, but I didn't make it to Jay. So he kept commenting, on pages, but I know he read it. Fast forward 2 years. 2 years, I get an email. And here's essentially what it said. Kevin, I'm Jay from the website. And I need to tell you something. I'm a member of Stormfront or whatever, this Aryan Nation, white nationalists, whatever. And I've been following your work for a long time, and you and I have had good, very eloquently written, good, repartee, et cetera. But I just felt like I needed to tell you what's going on. And says, but I want to say this, man. And this, I promise you, it was written, very well written, but written to me like a letter from a war buddy. And he says, man, you've really made an impact on me. The level of consistency you have in delivering your message and the way in which you do it is impressive. He lavished praise on me. And then he said this, which was the most important part. He says, man, I just want to let you know, you changed the way I view blacks. He says, I will no longer harbor those feelings that I had, and you are responsible for that. And I just wanted you to know that you've made an impact on me. And I told her that this story, and she was like, are you serious? I said, I'm absolutely serious. God is my witness. That happened. So when you tell me, oh, the Russians are reading your stuff, the Russians may be reading my stuff. They're reading my stuff because I speak the truth. And then I asked her this. I said, are you worried? I said, I'm just curious if the Wall Street Journal or anybody else is worried about any other country that's looking into the United States' politics. Because last time I checked, every country is looking into the United States politics. Every country is writing something to, quote, influence American politics in some way, form, or fashion. They're monitoring us. Do you think America gives a rat's behind of what's going on in Sweden, what's going on in Canada, what's going on in Yugoslavia? You couldn't even ask the average American to name you the president or the prime minister of practically any of these countries, and you'd have to shoot them. So we don't care. But I said every country cares about our politics because that's how important we are. So why is it that Russia is the one we single out? Are they the only bad guy in the world? Who else could we single out? Do we care if China is in? China's having more influence over our politics than Russia could ever shake a stick at, and nobody says a word about it. What are you talking about? And she goes, you're right. You're right about all this. So anyway, when the article comes out, I will make sure that we get a copy, get it distributed. Lots to talk about. Back in a bit.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.